Welcome back. Right now we are going to focus on how we can support our local bars and restaurants. In fact, the United States has over 500,000 independent bars and restaurants. And here to tell us what we can do is Karen Grill, Brand Ambassador, the Botanist. She is going to update us on her perspective with what she does and how we can help bring the spirit of community with our local bars and restaurants right now. Karen, thanks for joining us today. How are you?
I'm great. Thank you for having me.
So as we all know, the pandemic has been so hard for many, many reasons, but small restaurants and bars have really felt impacted by this for many different reasons. How do you sum up where they're at now and the future of local bars and restaurants?
Well, after 2 years of navigating the challenges of the pandemic, neighborhood restaurants and bars are still struggling and going out of business across the country. They've faced mandated closures, capacity restrictions, consumer hesitancy to come out, decreased tourism, and the rising cost of food and supplies. So without continued support, hundreds of thousands of restaurants are at risk of closing permanently, threatening widespread job loss, massive supply chain distribution, and the destruction of family-owned businesses.
And the Independent Restaurant Coalition is helping small bars and restaurants. Tell me more about this partnership.
So the Botanist Gin has partnered with the Independent Restaurant Coalition, and we've put together a campaign to drive awareness for the need to support these local bars and restaurants and to continue raising awareness for the help that they do need. So this campaign is hoping to reach millions of people on TV's biggest night at the Super Bowl to help raise more awareness for the help that they need.
And why do you think it's so important that we do support our local bars and restaurants wherever we live?
Well, local bars and restaurants are a part of the fabric of communities. They're the places that welcome us in. They help us gather with friends and family. They give us a place to celebrate life's milestones and to be around good people and to celebrate good news. So a lot of these restaurants are still struggling, and about 90,000 independent restaurants closed in the first year of the COVID-19 pandemic alone. So through this campaign, the Botanist and the Independent Restaurant Coalition are really trying to mobilize Americans to show support for their bar and restaurant community in this continued time of hardship because they're a part of our communities.
And Karen, you're a very successful bartender. In fact, you've won numerous national awards. And I know it's early, but we may be planning our big weekend gatherings with the big game coming up, or looking forward to a time where we want to gather with friends and enjoy a cocktail. And apparently you have some tips for us on how to make that perfect drink.
I do have some tips, and I know that it's early, but I do have everything with me to make a great Botanist Gin cocktail for game day or any day. And a great cocktail all comes down to great ingredients. So the Botanist Islay Dry Gin hails from the island of Islay, which is just off the west coast of Scotland. And in this bottle are 22 hand-forged botanicals. So there are a few different kinds of mint in the botanical build for this gin. So I thought for game day, we would make a Botanist Gin Mule. So all you need for this is a mule mug or any kind of glass will do, and some fresh mint. And then you'll add 2 ounces of the Botanist Islay Dry Gin, 3/4 ounces of fresh lime juice, and 1/2 ounce of simple syrup. And you'll add your mint and simple syrup together, muddle them to express that minty flavor, and then add the gin and your lime juice. Fill your glass with ice and the ingredients, and top with ginger beer. So it's a perfect drink to enjoy with some friends and family while watching the game at home or at your favorite local watering hole.
Karen, where can we get more information about everything we've talked about today, especially how we can support those local bars and restaurants?
Absolutely. So if you're looking for more information on how to support your local bars and restaurants and to learn a little bit more about the Independent Restaurant Coalition, you can find them at saverestaurants.com or on socials at INDP Restaurants. And then if you're looking for some more recipes like this or to learn a little bit more about the Botanist Gin, you can find us at thebotanist.com. Follow us on Instagram at theBotanistGin_US or on Twitter at theBotanist_US.
Well, thank you so much, Karen Grill, Brand Ambassador for the Botanist, for joining us today. Really appreciate this information on what we can do to support local independent bars and restaurants. Thanks so much for your time today. We'll be back with more right here on Mountain Connections after this.